Welcome to part 3 of our webinar series. In this part, we will show you how to accelerate production processes and efficiently prepare your design results for manufacturing. The focus is on sheet metal parts unfoldings, bills of materials, and the direct transfer of relevant data to production. You will see how information from ATHENA and APOLLON can be processed in a structured way and used all the way through to manufacturing without any media breaks. This creates the foundation for more efficient workflows, greater reliability, and a well-structured production preparation process. Before we move on to the next steps, let us briefly review the previous parts of our webinar series. In part 1, the focus was on planning reliability. We showed how complex sheet metal facades can be transferred from 2D planning into a complete 3D model. The goal was to create a reliable foundation for design, coordination, and the following project phases. In part 2, the focus shifted to installation clarity. We looked at how components can be modeled, structured, and clearly positioned so that every part can later be identified and installed with confidence. We also saw how ATHENA and APOLLON work seamlessly together, creating a continuous workflow from planning through to installation. Now we come to the third and final part of our webinar series. Here, the focus is on carrying design data forward and preparing it efficiently for the next stages of the process. This completes the entire workflow, from early planning and design through to practical implementation. At this point, we would like to once again express our sincere thanks to ProPlan Metallbau. We are very pleased to have had the opportunity to present this project as part of our webinar series and to provide insights into its practical implementation. This project is an excellent example of how thoughtful planning, strong expertise, and precise execution come together to achieve outstanding results. Thank you for your trust, the open collaboration, and the opportunity to showcase this project together. In part 3, we now move on to production preparation. The basic workflow starts with profiles and components being added to the ATHENA project browser. This allows drawing components to be evaluated and reused efficiently for the next steps. The construction is then prepared for further processing at the push of a button. We begin with a position model. The profiles receive a position number and can later be clearly identified on-site during installation. This saves time, reduces searching, and minimizes errors during installation and coordination. At the same time, it creates a high-quality foundation for drawings, preparation, and production. In addition, we generate a matching bill of materials directly from the ATHENA 3D substructure profiles. We now prepare the substructure of the sheet metal facade element specifically for production. For this, we use the ATHENA CAD optimization. This function simplifies the work of designers because drawn profiles can be evaluated automatically at the push of a button. The system calculates how the available profile lengths can be used as efficiently as possible. The goal is to save material and reduce unnecessary waste. This means economic planning begins during the design phase. Every length is used optimally and prepared for production planning. This saves time, reduces costs, and increases reliability in production. As a result, a a continuous workflow is created from design to production preparation. Let us now take a closer look at the CAD optimization results. Here you receive a clear overview of how the profiles are arranged and prepared for production. Next, we move on to the structured bill of materials. It contains all important information required for production, installation and logistics planning. Each component is clearly listed and can be identified using its item number. In addition, you can see the profile length and other relevant component information. This ensures that all information is available in a structured format and can be used directly for production and installation. Now we're coming to the next step. Let us take another look at the structured bill of materials, generated in ATHENA at the push of a button. In addition to profile lengths, you also receive the weight of each profile. This data can be used directly for logistics planning and further project processes. ATHENA provides not only geometric information, but also important data for other departments at an early stage. This allows production, purchasing and installation to be prepared more efficiently. You can also see which assemblies and fastening components belong to each profile and in what quantities they are required. All relevant evaluations can be generated in ATHENA with a single click. This saves time and creates a reliable foundation for preparation, production and installation. Next, we evaluate the assemblies used to fasten the substructure. The profiles can be prepared directly for further production. The corresponding fastening components are manufactured separately in the workshop. For this, we use the information available in the ATHENA project browser. Based on the existing assemblies, manufacturing drawings for the individual parts are generated automatically. With a single click, the drawings are created and made available to the workshop. This reduces manual work and improves the quality of production preparation. This is especially useful for recurring fastening components. You receive standardized drawings, clear part information and a reliable basis for production. In ATHENA, the title blocks of the individual part drawings are also filled in automatically. In parts 1 and 2, we already saw how sheet metal components are fully modeled in APOLLON. There, manufacturing information such as lengths, cross-sections and weights can also be generated directly. As a result, profile information, assemblies, fastening components and sheet metal data are available in a structured format. This creates a continuous foundation for production and installation. You reduce manual work, minimize errors and gain greater reliability throughout production preparation and the overall process. Now I will show you the next step. The next step is the sheet metal bill of materials in APOLLON. Sheet metal parts are automatically recognized as identical parts and grouped together, similar to what we already know from ATHENA. This allows you to see which sheet metal parts are identical and how they can be structured efficiently for production. This happens without manual work and saves valuable time in production preparation. The table also provides a small preview of the components as a visual aid. This makes it easier to check and clearly assign the individual sheet metal parts. The generated table can then be transferred to Excel, other programs or ERP systems. We now move on to the unfolding of the sheet metal elements. In APOLLON, the bent sheet metal parts can be unfolded directly and prepared for production. This is fast and provides high reliability in production preparation. All relevant information comes directly from the model and can be reused reliably. The unfoldings can also be exported automatically as DXF files for the laser. The engraving supports better positioning and clear assignment of the individual parts. You can see how this engraving is created in detail in part 2 of our webinar. This creates a clear transition from the constructed sheet metal element to production-ready processing. Of course, APOLLON also provides direct manufacturing exports. Sheet metal parts can, for example, be transferred directly to the machine via step export. This is also possible for profiles, for example, using set, step, EluCAD or ChemQuix formats. ATHENA and APOLLON are not only used for drawing and construction. Components can also be transferred directly to production at the push of a button. This saves time and avoids media disruptions in the process. What has been constructed can be passed on directly and used for the machine. This creates a continuous workflow from construction to production. You also avoid errors and correction loops before production, while maintaining high data quality and greater process reliability. Let us now move on to transferring the bent sheet metal parts from APOLLON to ATHENA. Of course, the model remains available in APOLLON. In addition, you can transfer the sheet metal parts to ATHENA with one click using the sheet metal interface. There, the parts can be compared and checked together with other drawing elements. This gives you full control over construction, drawings and detail verification. The major advantage is that both tools are combined in the best possible way. APOLLON provides the detailed 3D sheet metal construction, while ATHENA supports drawing-based checking and further processing. At the end of the construction process, all relevant data can be brought together in one place. This creates a continuous and reliable workflow through to final coordination. To conclude, let us briefly review part 3 of our webinar. We looked at how construction, production preparation and manufacturing can be connected in one continuous process. The focus included bills of materials, position models, CAD optimization, manufacturing drawings and manufacturing exports. We also saw how data can be safely exchanged and reused between ATHENA and APOLLON. Another important aspect was the structured preparation of profiles, assemblies and sheet metal components for production and installation. At the end, we see the complete sheet metal element that we have built step by step across all 3 parts. This creates a continuous workflow from planning through to production-ready implementation. In summary, throughout all 3 parts of this webinar series, we have explored a continuous process from planning through to manufacturing. We have seen how information can be reused consistently without the need to recreate data or transfer information manually. One of the key advantages is the close integration between ATHENA and APOLLON. Design, production preparation and manufacturing work seamlessly together to create a continuous workflow. At the same time, automated evaluations, structured data and direct data transfer help reduce errors and significantly accelerate project processes. This creates a reliable foundation for planning, manufacturing and installation, with greater reliability, higher efficiency and a continuous data flow throughout the entire project lifecycle. This brings us to the end of our webinar series. Thank you for watching and for your interest in ATHENA and APOLLON. If you would like to stay up to date, simply scan the QR code shown on the screen. We especially invite you to visit our YouTube channel. There you will find webinars, tutorials, helpful videos and short tips about ATHENA, APOLLON and everyday project workflows. You can also find us on LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram, where we regularly share news, projects and additional content. In addition, you can use our free e-learning platform and continue your training at your own pace, independent of time and location. Through the trial version form, you can directly request your trial version of the CAD Complete Collection. It combines ATHENA Complete and APOLLON Complete in one package at an unbeatable price compared to purchasing both products separately. This allows you to test both solutions together and experience the continuous workflow from planning and design through to manufacturing yourself. If you have any questions, you can reach me at any time at webinar@cadplan.com. Thank you for your time and see you next time. We look forward to welcoming you again soon.